G'day, this is Captain Australia. I hope you can hear me all right. We are at a bus stop, but it is not Captain Australia's big bus ride, and the bus stop is decommissioned. It's just sitting in the middle of a field of long grass. So I made a clear and specific decision just now, one which I think was important. So I've been all, hey! I don't have the selfie stick, but I have a clip on this new phone case, so I've clipped you to the big banner that hangs off my bag so we can chat. So earlier I came to a point where I'm navigating through these country roads out of Ballina. Incidentally, I found the bridge where I slept under as a child and woke up with a snake curled in my back, which is a nice memory coming back. But I'm navigating country roads, and I came to a point where I saw a sign that said the bikeway up to the M1, which is just the main artery straight between Brisbane and Sydney, where I could just power down the Ks. And with a bikeway up there, that tells me that there's quite a bit of latitude between the cars and the pedestrians, so it would be moderately safe. But really, it's just cars, more road, go. So I had a choice between that and these secondary old country roads going down to a town called Wardell and towns beyond, and I chose the latter. So I've gotten over this stress about making miles and getting back to my kids. I still want that. I still sometimes get these songs ringing in my head like, ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from you. It's like, and in my heart, I'm singing that to my kids while I walk down the road, mental old fella. But I'm past the grief of that. So my children are my strength, not my weakness, and we're doing this for good reason. So I got to have a lovely bit of FaceTime with them last night. So that's that's re-nourished me in that area where I was suffering. And yes, I've got the lovely Joe's actually been Alfred in the back cave for me, helping me navigate through some of these old back roads out of Ballina because they're a little bit tricky, to be honest. I don't think any of the tools available to us are really designed for people who get it in their head to walk anywhere. But yeah, I've managed to get out to old something road, old Uralba Road, which will take me down through a bunch of tiny little towns into Wardell and points onward. So the Gold Coast Harbour, I want to get there within, let's say, 6 days at most. 5 days would be ideal. So that would be 40k a day though, that 5-day result. We'll see how we go. There's some beautiful country, beautiful sights to see, and I'll try and do a better job of sharing them with you. If the reception gets spotty in any of these areas, I might struggle to do these streams and have a chat. But where I can't, I'll try and take pictures and videos. The videos that I've taken, though, Facebook doesn't seem to want me to upload them. I try and it just sort of dies after 93% or whatnot, even when I have Wi-Fi. Now, we have a comment. How far now until Melbourne? Callum, buddy, don't ask me that question, mate. No. The answer is a long bloody way. So from the Sydney to Melbourne, if I went straight down the highway, which I may choose to do, when I get to Sydney, I'm going to strategize. But in the initial plan, it's still like 2,000 something kilometers because that has these long and windy road down the coast. So we'll just see how we go. That's the route I'm taking as far as Sydney, and I'll probably continue that approach beyond Melbourne. But by the time I get to Sydney, I might start missing my kids too much again, and I might decide to power through. Now we've got a couple more comments. After a day's walk, everything has twice its usual value. Yep, whether it's the need to wee, or a good bit of food, or just resting your legs, everything feels better. A hot shower is joy. Lachlan says, best of luck, bud. We'll see you. Whoops. Where are we, Lachlan? We'll see you at Newcastle for some support. Mate, looking forward to it. Lovely. Hayley. Hey, Hayley, where am I now? So I'm near a little country town called Uralba. It may not even be a town. It's a little dot on the map. And I'm continuing south to a slightly larger dot on the map called Wardell. These towns they used to be on the main artery between Brisbane and Sydney, so they probably had a pretty robust travelling trade where people would haul up there. But now they're off on like the old Pacific Road, so the M1 doesn't even directly go through them, but you have to sort of exit and drive down. So I don't know how some of these towns are doing. I'll be interested to see and share that with you. But yeah, I'm headed for Wardell and probably points south beyond that. I don't know how far I'll get today. I've gotten well and truly out of Ballina. The plan had been to take a ferry, but the road was completely flooded over. I don't know if the ferry was operating or not. So I'm just taking a little sit down. I have a little avocado bread roll that I'm going to gobble down, and then I'll continue walking. In the meantime, you've got another comment. Loving your stories. Oh, well, thank you. I hope to get a couple more interesting ones for you. So far, they're all just stories grounded in my bad decisions. Although there are some touched by other people's kindness. Yesterday, uh, I found there was this banana farm, and they have just these little stalls with produce, and it's like an honor system. You drop a few coins in, and you get to take the fresh produce. So I bought myself a bunch of bananas, and they were a joy to eat. I'm walking down the side of the road, gobbling them down, and this lovely family pulls over. So it's like, I think they might have been Filipino actually, because as my wife is Pinay ang asawa ko. So there's like a grandmother, the mother, and the kids. They get out and they're like, "Oh, hey, we saw your story. We've been looking at your video. Great to meet you." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm so delighted." And the little girl gave me this little foil package, and I unwrapped it, and it had this really sweet, delicious apple cake in there, just juicy and tasty. And chemotherapy there are some types of chemotherapy like mine, which was called cisplatin, that take away your sense of taste. And it never, well, for many people, it never fully returns. So some things like French fries for me just taste like potato. But that carrot cake, not carrot, apple cake was just delicious. The tart and sweet and juicy, delicious. And I think that the trials of what I'm doing, the difficulty of what I'm doing, just amplifies the great stuff, to be honest. And if anything, that's probably one of the major lessons for me from the big walk that I needed to remind myself and wind into my life. That after a time of suffering, what you get is a greater appreciation of joy. So instead of this cascade of pain, I'm now well placed in my life to just try and make sure, uh, like this, I've said this before, that the best of my days may still be somewhere ahead in the rest of my days. So anyway, I'm just sitting here now, dressed as a superhero, in a decommissioned country bus stop, about to continue walking south. I think Wardell's about 15k from here. So I'll get there. There's apparently a little general store, but this time of year and this time of day they may not be open. But I'll get there and then I'll give you a little bit of an update, and I'll take a bunch of photos if I see anything, particularly beautiful or interesting to share with you. Anyway, let's see if there's any last minute little comments that I've missed. Hey, old man with no glasses. I did buy a pair of reading glasses. Where are you now? No, good. Okay, so an absolute joy. Thank you so much for your interest. If you have any suggestions or whatever, I try to diligently go through and read every comment and respond to it if I can, depending on battery power and all that stuff at the end of the day. And if you have any suggestions about something you'd like me to do while I'm on this journey, happy to take them on board. So please feel free, and I'll definitely get an eye on them. I have no idea where I'm going to sleep tonight. That's part of the adventure of it. And yeah, I won't go through all the what am I doing, Captain Australia's big walk-in camps project, all that sort of stuff. If you want to know what this video is about, look up Sticky Post. There's a little video excerpt of the story done by the project, explains everything, and there's links and stuff there as well. So look, all the best. I hope everybody's happy and well, and 2022 is shaping up as better than 2021. Good luck on your journey. Wardell pies are nice. Somebody said that they're famous for their pies. So I may just have to, that's part. I think that screams mission to me. Get a Wardell pie and gobble it down. I'll let you know how I go. But until then, I'm going to sign out and start walking. Cheers. Take care.